And thou seest the mountains which thou thinkst to be firmly fixed. They drift as clouds drift. It's the handwork of Allah who has made everything perfect. Verily, He is aware of what you do. So you can see the clip there that the mountains, the clouds are moving, and I will show you in the end that you'll see the mountains are actually moving like this one, but not at this speed, but at a much slower speed. And there is also a benefit for that one. And that I'm keeping for my next presentation next year, inshallah. So, how did the modern science reach to this conclusion? After 13 or 1400 centuries of this Quranic revelation. Let's go through this one. So the basic terminology I'm going to use here is like you see, first on your right, it's very important to understand that how different layers, the composition of layer of the earth is, and how those layers are arranged there. Very important one are the topmost layer, and that's a solid layer that is covering the entire earth. Part of it is exposed in the form of continental crust, that's what we call it. A part of it is underwater, and that we call ocean crust. And they are connected, sometimes they do not. For example, Pacific plate. Pacific is a totally submerged in the water, is not exposed anywhere. What we see on the globe, on the earth, all the continental part of this crust which is exposed in different pieces, and these large pieces are called plates. And there are about 8 plates. The size of them varies, but there are also some smaller ones, they are called microcontinents. The layer underneath here, this is called mantle, but this particular one called asthenosphere is very important. This is called a viscoplastic layer. And these solid ones, parts, they are floating on it. And that's I will come to that point. Just to show it to you that what is the mechanism behind it that is making these plates move. And you can see here, for example, on this map, you have African plate. So in African plate, you have this part which is exposed, but also you have the part of it which is not exposed. This is covered with water. So these are quite a wide ones. You can see the one exposed, continental crust, and then look at this one. This is the oceanic plate. There are different types of mountains. I don't want to go through each type of it in detail, but just for your knowledge, in general, in broader classification, there are 2 main types of mountains. One is called like the fold type mountains, like Himalaya. And then look at the volcanic mountains, and that you see quite a lot of places. And then the other important point relevant to the subject is that where those mountains are located. That's very important to know. So here you can see Himalaya. So Himalaya is a result of like the Indian shield, and that collided with the Tibetan or Asian plate. As a result of it, the Himalaya formed. Then we see volcanoes in so many places. And here you see most of the volcanoes are located at the edge of these bigger plates. For example, South American plate, North American plate here in the US, and partly in Canada, Rockies, but further to the west. And this is very important to know that they are located at the junction of the oceanic plate and the continental plate. Then, for example, this in the US, you have these mountains called Cascade Mountains, and these are all mostly volcanic rocks. Then there is another one called mid-oceanic ridge. So these are the ones which are located between 2 bigger plates. For example, here is a African plate, and this is South American plate. And this is the continental part exposed, and this is the oceanic part, which is covered by water. But as a matter of fact, underneath, so you have a ridge forming there, and that you can even see from the satellite. So where the mountains and plates, what's their relationship? As a matter of fact, mountains, as you have seen some of the pictures, that the mountains are riding the oceanic and continental plates, as you can see in these schematics. So when plates move, mountains move, because they are part and parcel of the plates. So what are the scientific observations that led to the conclusion that, okay, the plates are moving, as a result of which mountains are moving? So the first scientific observation made was that, okay, the shape of the continents, when you look at their margins, they match, they can fit to each other like a jigsaw puzzle. For example, here, this is African plate, you bring it closer to the African plate, it would fit nicely over here, and then look at this part of the curvature of the southern part of North America. So when you bring them closer, they all fit, tend to fit together. That's the first observation we made. Second observation, okay, scientists made was that, okay, going from one continent to the other, fossils of plants and animals match. So they follow certain trends. So what that means, that's at one particular stage, all these continents were joined together. That's what, okay, the scientist Alfred Wegener, German geologist, came up that, okay, and based on those observations, he concluded that somehow all these places were together and they had formed a bigger continent called a supercontinent, and then later on they broke up into pieces and started drifting away from each other. One thing, however, he couldn't explain